Welcome everybody to the two-man power trip, the Black Man's Thought and Nerd Lifestyle. I'm Nicholas, Mr. Go with the Flow.
And I'm the man with the plan, Maurice.
And we're back with another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast. Big Zilla and the 5'3" Illa from Tokyo, Black Anime Podcast number 202 in the building. What's up, co-host?
What's good, bro? What's good?
What's up? We back in the his out. Let's start with some vibe, guys. How was your weekend? How was your work week? How's all the shenanigans going on? What's up?
The weekend was good. I chilled for the most part. Didn't really do too much.
How you doing with the weather?
I've been okay. The weather has been nice. The pollen hasn't been getting to me.
Good.
It didn't really start. I didn't get my first hachu until yesterday. So
good avoiding for the most part.
Yeah, so I've been good on that front. Work is work. After those guys.
How was your Memorial Day?
It was good. It was chill. It's chill.
So
yeah, that whole weekend was chill. I just relaxed. Didn't really do too much, especially because it kind of rained and it was muggy.
True. Yeah, that seemed like it cut out most of the barbecue shenanigans for people.
Yeah,
they didn't do it early.
So I was like, oh, this is a wash out. I was like, okay, all right. And then we got back to work and BS, BS.
Especially since this week is the end of the month, so stepping into whatever June BS is coming along.
Yeah, so I did that. I went out yesterday. Went to this place called Charm Bar and Grill. Nice. Down my birthplace. It was good. I had some good mac and cheese. I had some Rasta pasta with oxtails. Some good drinks. What them drinks hit?
That's what's up. Shit, co-host feeling nice.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That's what's up. Good to hear, man. Good to hear. My weekend was chill, just the same. It was brunch vibes. Me, Kenya, and Lily. We went out to Poco's. It was a good brunch situation. They had a bottomless and shit like that, so we was enjoying that for 2 hours and stuff like that. So we had those shenanigans, and then Sunday we was chilling for the most part. Like you said, Memorial Day Monday was doing this rain thing, so we was just chilling on the cut. Tuesday I went out to go see Furiosa at Regal and stuff like that. I was chilling just the same for the most part. The only kind of work shenanigans, because work been on the calmer side for the most part, but something happened today that made me laugh. Like I was coming back from lunch, and man, the hood don't let you down with some shenanigans. I was coming back from, I was making my walk back from home to work, and I had my headphones in and stuff like that. And I'm walking, and I hear this is towards the corner piece, like off to the side where two people are parked up and driving and stuff like that. I have one headphone in. I'm walking, and I heard some lady cuss out some other lady from all the way across in her car, and then they started cussing back. I don't know what the fuck was the background.
Oh, really?
Nothing to that. And they started cussing at each other, and then all you hear is, "You won't fight me? You won't fight me? You won't fight me? You won't fight." All I know is I just walked my happy black ass back to work to go clock in because I ain't got nothing to do. That is one of those things that is way off the premises of us. And if they getting in some shenanigans, or they getting some shenanigans, and then I guess they walk they happy black ass over to the medical clinic for some help. But other than that, I heard that, and then when they started cussing back at each other, everybody and they nosy black ass was looking over there, and you got me all smiling, just going back to work.
Listen, never know they could have followed you to work, and you
that would have been somebody else. I went back, and my happy black ass went straight back to my office. Close the door, because I ain't Jonathan Majors. I ain't getting in the middle of blocking that shit off. Because everybody else wanted to turn around and look at it so they could go else and help.
You nope.
I was still on lunch break. Why would I jump in for anything?
Oh man, that's too. That is too funny, yo. Oh,
that's mad. Man. That's mad stupid. It was mad old women yelling at each other and shit like that. And you could hear it off the side of the other black people. They're too old for this. I was like, yeah, that's why I ain't dealing with that. It's like fighting as an adult. You got the risk of getting arrested. Like, what's the point in that?
Hey, grandma fighting. Yeah,
exactly. You too old for that shit.
Like, come on, girl, you gotta stop when you break a hip or something.
It would look like two 40-year-old women just cussing at each other from their car and stuff like that. And then she got into the middle of the street and stuff, and she started yelling at the lady inside her car. And I was like, "What you gonna do? Drag her out?"
Yeah.
I was like, "That is so."
Man, you better stop before you get run over.
This is. I was like, y'all fighting right beside the health clinic is pure ghetto.
So now I'm curious too. Now I'm curious what they was fighting about.
I don't know. I don't care. It was just the mere fact that it was happening in the first place that made me laugh on my walk back to clock in. But yeah, that after I heard that and I went back to my office, the first thing I thought in my mind is gotta talk about this during Vibe Guy. I got some stupid hood shenanigans at work as always. Yep. But nonetheless, that was about it for the most part. So from that point on, we can switch into some off the cuff discussions for this week. And with that, I bring to the table this question. I don't know if we've touched topic on this specifically before. We've talked about movies kind of like it before and stuff like that. But I just want to know, co-host, what is your thoughts on the magical Negro trope? Now, to go into inferences and explanation, the magical Negro is explained online as a supporting stock character who comes to the aid of a white protagonist in a film. And the supporting stock character is, Negro, black. So we got examples like Mr. Church, Eddie Murphy in that one movie, Mr. Church, Morpheus from the Matrix series. We got the Genie live action, Will Smith in the Aladdin movie. Lucius Fox for Batman, Hitch in the movie Hitch, and John Coffey in the Green Mile. So what's your thoughts on the magical Negro trope?
I'm indifferent to it at this point. Only because it's just been a stupid thing for so long. It's just like
Yep.
My energy on it has been exhausted. It's like,
oh yeah. It's one of those things that it's one of those things that once you like notice, it starts to become a weird running theme. Like I played this game when me and Kenya was watching. We just because it just came up on streaming. Fall Guy, and like there was this. You got like Winston Duke as a black character here, but like I kept asking because one of those things with the magical Negro trope, you got the black character all like helping the white character gets like all this moxie and trying to like bring him up and make sure he's like confident and shit like that. But like I kept asking the question, I'm like, so is there any point in time that like Ryan Gosling's character ever gonna ask Winston Duke's character like how he's doing, what's his goals? What does he care about? Like any
exactly.
Like none of those conversations ever came up really in the movie past like what he does for him. Like they both work on a set and he's like the production guy to make sure everything goes off, and he's the stunt guy working together. But like it never comes up. Like Ryan Gosling's character never asks him like, what do you want to do? Like how are you doing and shit. Like the conversations always stir about the white character and like what he wants to do and the goals he wants to achieve. I'm like, so you're never going to talk to him about this guy like he's your friend?
Never.
Nope. So it's one of those things that it's like when it happens on the opposite side, I laugh because it's like I thought about it for a second. I was like, you could have argued that for like Richie and Static Shock, but like Static and Gear is a pact. Like he talks to him. He's been over Gear's house. That's how we got the racist episode. Like racist ass daddy. So it's like you could try to flip it, but then at the same time, Gear's a whole character. Richie's a whole character.
You rarely see it flip.
Yeah. And the times it flips, it falls apart because they definitely give the white character some agency because they actually understand that. So it's like, well, shit. But yeah. So yeah, and being indifferent about it, I totally understand.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it at this point because it's like,
yeah. It's one of those things where it'll still pop up in some places where you're like, okay.
Yeah, I shout about it till I'm blue in the face, and it will still happen.
Yeah, true that. Well, all right, so that closes it on the small subsection discussion, and we can go over to some nerd and reboot news. So I think I saw this either like last week or like 2 weeks ago or something like that Toonami had like a announcement of things, and it looked like Toonami got the bigger funding on the branch and stuff like that. So it looks like they're doing starting tomorrow. We're recording this May 30th. On the 31st of May, starting at 5 p.m. on CN, that they're going to be starting to do Toonami Rewind, which is going to be them showing classic shows during the Toonami block and stuff like that. So right now, I don't think it entails Yu Yu Hakusho and Tenchi Muyo yet. yet, but they're gonna be throwing in like old school Dragon Ball Z and like everything that used to come on the 5 p.m. Toonami block, like back in the day and shit like that. So they're gonna be running it back during the 5 p.m. because it looks like CN has finally found their ratings booster, and it's gonna be classic show.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep. So Toonami rerun starts tomorrow at 5 p.m. May 31st. So be on that if you can. It's gonna be showing them throwbacks, so that should be good.
Okay, cool. That's what's up.
Yep. Next on the docket, we got this came out last Friday, I think, in full. I think there's like 40 tracks on the beat, and the Newman Brothers really did their thing on this shit. But the X-Men '97 soundtrack is out now. All 40 tracks that ran through them 10 episodes. The shit's fire. I think it's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music, I think, earlier, but it's definitely all on Spotify now. So hop up on Spotify, listen to them 40 tracks. Shit, a lot of them shits is bangers. So definitely go with that and have that set up and stuff. So that's one part of that. That's good. Next up on the Nerd and Reboot news. We had spoken about this earlier, but Batman Ninja seems to have been getting they've been greenlit for a sequel, which I never expected. But they out here, Studio Trigger got the hold on it and stuff like that. The first Batman Ninja, when it dropped, I remember nobody was expecting it. We was at Comic-Con when they decided to drop a random trailer. They had like a little subsection for it and stuff. And then after they dropped the fire ass trailer, which nobody was expecting, then about a year later, the movie came out, and the movie came out to like rave reviews and shit like that. So that first movie was pretty good. It's so fun to see everybody in the Batman universe over in that like samurai and ninja aesthetic and shit like that. So it kind of worked, and they got the element of the wildness between Batman and the Joker then. And, they had to do it just for the one time. So I didn't think it was going further past that because they put like mad villains. They put a shit ton of the rogue gallery pops up in that movie because I think that movie is about almost like 2 hours or something. But like the Rose Gallery all show up in that shit, and it's just so fun to see like different characters all together and like their different aesthetic and the animation and stuff like that. So I'm just interested to see what they do in the sequel because they said it's Batman versus the Yakuza, which just sounds wild. So I'm interested to see where they're going with that and shit. So shout outs to Batman Ninja getting a sequel of that shit.
Yeah, that definitely sounds about Batman and the Yakuza.
Yeah. So I would recommend you see the first one, and then I'm interested to see what the first trailer looked like for this shit.
Yeah, because when I first saw it, I was like, this looks like something. Oh,
yeah,
come on.
Yeah, nah, this is I think it works more for Batman because we knew him built up as a ninja, and a lot of that credits to his past experience and stuff like that, and then just flipping everything over and making it more an anime aesthetic and stuff like that. It works with that. I think we know all the reasons why Yasuke didn't work.
Yeah, that's why I was like, are you sure, co-host? Are you sure?
Yeah, if you look it up and you do all the lookups for Batman Ninja, it was actually a pretty good success.
And I was like, okay,
it was overall fun, and that's all that mattered for that. And Yasuke shit went left. That's the problem with it. That's the problem. And I mean, for the most part, we never complained about the animation was always crispy and the music always worked. Batman Ninja has that in spares and actually a good story to boot. That's the problem. That's the problem. And also, the Joker makes sense in a mech. The nigga does mech stuff. The nigga hops up in random shit all the time. He has machinery and shit like that. He has goons. They make that shit a story that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true enough, right?
Yeah,
it does make sense.
Yeah, when with the Yasuke situation, they threw in magic, mechs, and shit like that. And you was like, so what's the time period? What sense does this make? Where's this going?
Yeah, that's wild.
We talked about, I mean, legit, the outline was there. It was called Afro Samurai. So, yeah. So, next up on the Nerd and Reboot news, we got our first unveil. And boy, man, this was a wild one. But today they unveiled the highly anticipated Deadpool 3 popcorn bucket. After the controversy.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, after the shit that went down with the Dune, with what happened when the first guy made the Dune popcorn bucket, the trend has been out to see what kind of wildness popcorn buckets niggas got now, and that Wolverine mouth thing.
No, that was.
I know the meme that got me laughing the most is the shit that they got where they got a happy morph. Got a Happy Morph out here.
Happy Morph. I'm like,
Yep. The trailer itself was even more wilder with the stream of butter coming down on the face, man.
Yo, that's the part that took me out.
Woo, man! Ryan Reynolds and his whole team for Deadpool knows how to market because that shit, wow, that shit's so wild, man.
I was like, bro,
nah, that shit is something else, man. Something else. That shit is, I don't know, man. That movie's already highly anticipated, but man, that shit just makes shit a lot more funny.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what they do with that because I can already
tell
it's gonna be hilarious.
Oh yeah. I definitely think that's gonna be on the good side of things, which I'll be talking about some box office news in a bit for sure.
You know what I need? I need the meme of Wolverine holding the picture frame to have the popcorn bucket in it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know. That feels like easy meme material for Deadpool and that shit for sure. So next on the reboot news is something that actually got leaked out today, which I didn't even know was a full-on thing. But apparently, another show Bible was leaked that was ready to premiere out June 3rd, 2022. Apparently, they had it all ready. And it was called Recess Next Bell. So there was a Recess reboot coming out in 2022 that ended up getting scrapped by Disney, which had, from the picture of it, it looked like it had a whole new group of kids. Also, there's two characters that had, well, actually not even two. They had about 4 of the returning characters. Some of them, I think, might be the kids of the original cast and stuff like that. You got Spinelli, attorney at law and stuff like that, like Better Call Spinelli. Just a whole bunch of mix of just the older crew and the new generation crew and stuff like that. I don't know what overall was the reason why it got canceled, but in the wake of like a whole bunch of show Bibles and shows and ideas and stuff like that getting leaked by somebody who the hell's been leaking it all out of Disney and stuff like that. But yeah, we were supposed to be getting a Reese's reboot.
Okay.
Yep.
Reese's reboot.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out 2022. So I don't know, man. Interesting stuff, but I don't know. I don't know who's leaking this shit and the pictures and stuff like that. But they certainly leaking something.
Listen, it sounds like it's in that same bubble where the Blade movie is.
I guess so. Because I don't know. Niggas is talking about some Midnight Suns, but I don't think Midnight Suns ever gonna see the daylight. Yep. So So the last bit on the nerd news is it's been a bad time for the movies once again, and this is like during the Memorial Day season they usually see like an uptick in movie spikes and stuff like that. But apparently, like Furiosa and Garfield, the movie has been making the same amount on the box office. Like Furiosa, the highly anticipated prequel from the Mad Max Fury Road that came out about like 9 years ago, and people was like hyped about with this very character of Furiosa that people was like excited about and stuff like that. And they had the right person, Anya Taylor-Joy and George Miller, back on the directing scale and shit like that. The thing looked bombastic and crazy like Fury Road was, and it was explaining a character that people liked back in the day and shit like that. And it was just the opening weekend and the Memorial Day, which they usually see an uptick. They said this is the poorest Memorial Day they've seen since like 97. Yeah, so this could account to many factors and just movie going, just experience. And we could chalk it up to streaming, hurting the movie industry. You chalk it up to people maybe not wanting to go to movies as much or just a various amount of range and stuff like that. But it was just crazy because it's one of those juxtapositions because Furious was getting all these rave reviews and stuff like that. Like it's a big blast of a movie that a lot of people like and enjoy and stuff like that. But the money's not coming in for the earlier time. Maybe word of mouth may have it come back in like the second or third, ranks coming up and stuff like that. But right about now, it's doing what I want to say. Remember that one time where we was talking about like when Elemental came out for Disney, and it was poor sales at the very beginning. Honestly, almost like around this time as well. Like Elemental dropped and it wasn't making that much money. Then like 2-3 weeks later, shit spiked out of nowhere and started becoming one of the best box offices for Disney before the pandemic.
Well, like I said, it could be a case of where people have just been out for the holiday.
Yeah. I guess people was in the movie theaters before for Memorial Day looking way up since they said this is the worst since '97. But I don't know. Maybe people was chilling. I mean, it was raining on Monday, so who knows?
That's gonna be another reason too. People just didn't want to go outside. Oh, it could have been the case of people not having as much disposable income.
That too.
So,
that too. It could be various amounts of stuff.
But
on the flip side, I mean the Rise of the Planet of the Apes still making their money though, hand over fist, because I think they said they made $300 million now, and the budget was $160 million, so they made bank, and that shit's still going.
People trying to see what this Op Caesar was about. Saying,
yeah, the Op is Proxima. Yeah, indeed. Yep.
So yeah, for movies, like I say, yes, streaming does have some stuff to do with it. Like I said, when you got less disposable income, it's like, do I want to go to the movies? Can I just watch it at home? And plus, it was raining. Like, do I want to go outside to go to the movies?
Yeah, I mean, shit. A lot of the arguments came with the recent thing with Fall Guy. Fall Guy got like mad like promotions and stuff like that with Ryan Gosling and everything. Then it came into the theaters. And then, like, not but like 3, maybe 4 weeks later, they shoot that shit straight to streaming.
Yeah, so I think that's another thing that adds to it too, is the fact that the time that movies go to streaming now is shorter.
It's super fast, man.
So it's like so now you gotta like, can I just wait a couple weeks or maybe a month or so?
Yeah.
Streaming, or do I just want to go to movies and watch it?
Streaming, online, on demand, everything. I remember I went to go see Renfield after I waited a couple of weeks to go see it and sit down and see it in the theater. Not but like 1 week later, it was out online in HD.
Yeah, so it's like you get to the point where it's like, if it's something you're just going to watch casually or something niche, it's like, my option is to either go to the movies or watch it in streaming. So like, unless it's something I really, really want to go watch in the movies, yeah, then
agreed.
I'll go to path of least resistance.
Yeah, no, agreed. If it's not so, well, I mean that makes it harder for cases to like for maybe original movies and something like that. But if you're like a fan of something, you're gonna, I mean, you'd imagine you'd pop out to go see that, and maybe if it's like something bombastic, you want to see it maybe like in IMAX, like when the Planet of the Apes came out, I definitely wanted to see that in IMAX. And when Dune came out, I wanted to see that in IMAX. That's one of those things I would shell for, but like for a random, everyday, regular ass movie, I might want to see that and or just wait till streaming.
Yeah, and I think that's where you are. Unless a movie is being tailored to a certain experience that you can only get in that theater, everything else is washed. Because like regular movie, non-IMAX, non-HD, non-Dolby Vision is like, I watch it at home.
Does that hurt? Do you feel like that hurts creativity though? Like in terms of like if these movies go out in theaters, but you know people are only spending money on the stuff that they feel like attached to, because now it's like movies are getting more expensive than ever and shit like that. So you would think like more people would go to the shit that already has a fandom. So you wouldn't like, you put out something original, but like most people ain't gonna test their money with.
That's the case in every form of media though at this point. True. If you want to look at that, music, video games, books. It's like, yeah, that's a problem. That's an issue that every form of media deals with at this point.
I mean, totally agree. I even have a point of that with the state of play that PlayStation put out. There's like a couple of the games from like new studios that they put games out, and honestly, like there was a couple of them that look like Overwatch ripoffs and stuff like that. But the only one that caught my attention was the Overwatch ripoff made by Marvel. Marvel was the funnest Overwatch ripoff thing, because if I'm getting a ripoff to this Overwatch game, I'd rather get it with characters that I know and like.
Yeah, so it's like as things become more expensive, companies get less risky. That's we've seen that across all of media.
Oh yeah.
So when you get that, yes, it does hurt the smaller. No, I'll rephrase that. The bigger studios become less. The bigger studios probably won't take the risk, but then that leaves the door open for smaller studios.
And with that, you're right on the money with that, because that's how the creation of A24 happened. And those movies either freaky or some bangers. A24, you about to get something with the when you see them logo come up. You about to get some strange movies or something that's definitely gonna make you think twice. And that shit was an underdog that came out of left field.
And I guess you'll see that creativity come from the indie and the smaller developer spaces, only because they're in it for the creativity aspect of it. Yes, they need to make money to break even and to cover their costs, but they're in it for the creativity. These big studios are pretty much in it for the money.
Fact.
And they scope creep gets in there. They want to make this thing bigger and bigger and bigger to try to get more money, to try to get more money. So then they got these big inflated budgets, and now so not only are they trying to make profit, but they're trying to cover the cost to make this big inflated budget of a movie.
Yep. I mean,
so of course they're not going to take as much risk. They're going to try a series that has a fan base, has a following, thus the movies that we get.
Yeah, and then it isn't until probably they take massive stinkers or something like that before they hit the creative button off top of that.
Right, because if you look at the current state of certain big budget movies now, even those are going. They're not making as much as they used to.
Well, yeah, you can say it straight up, Marvel.
Yeah,
and they've said it. They've pointed to it and stuff like that. That's why they changed their whole philosophy. They've pulled back. They finally figured quality over quantity because they have shifted their whole thing on giving us like a movie a year, 2 movies a year, maybe like a series or something like that, instead of pumping out the mass producers that a lot of people was like, what's this, what's the CGI on this and stuff like that. Like a multitude of complaints was coming out. So yeah, man, I mean, we gonna see what the Deadpool and Wolverine movie do, but like they got a chance to flip it on the set.
They definitely do. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yep. But yeah, so that closes off Nerd and Reboot news, and we can head off to it. It's time for the main event. The main event segment of the evening. We are back on the comfy couch, chilling so nicely, and we gonna get into it with a little Duck Dodgers. And with this, I'm gonna hit the fast facts. Okay. All right, so history real quick. Started from August 2003, hitting it to November 2005. Warner Brothers Animation, originally airing on Cartoon Network and later on Boomerang. Ran for 3 seasons with 39 episodes based on Duck Dodgers in the 24th and 1/2 century story. Comic, it's based in like comic science fiction and science fantasy, based on the 1953 short film with the same name, which stars character Daffy Duck and many other characters of the Looney Tunes universe. And basically summarized as follow the misadventures of Duck Dodgers and crew, getting into hijinks and wildness of stuff happening around and to protect the galaxy. So with that, do you have any fast facts before we step into episode 1?
No, not in this one.
All right, let's get into episode 1, part A, the trial of Duck Dodgers.
All right, so we start off with our intro, which I've always cracked up about.
Listen, Tom Jones, Duck Dodgers in the 24th and 1/2 century. Man, I can't hear that shit and not connect that to Emperor's New Groove. Is that Tom Jones, man?
Every time I hear it, I thought about it. I was like, oh, you know what? I was like, what year is Duck Dodgers in? I was like, he said 24th in a 1/2 century. So I was like, hold on.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so 24th century, technically 2301 to 2400. Mm-hmm. So I guess if he's in 24th in a 1/2 century, he'd be in 2450.
Yeah.
Hey, so we got another 200 or something years. We'll catch up.
We ain't gonna see that shit.
Huh? We catch up. Now let's know what we don't know what the technology gonna look like by the time we get old.
You want to come back for 2450?
I don't know, man. They might have to.
I don't even know if the planet go. I don't even know. Let's be honest, bro. I don't even know if the planet gonna be here 2450.
Listen,
we don't even know if the planet gonna be here 2100.
Listen, the cryo tubes that Dodgers came out of might have been here by then, so we don't know yet.
They might be here. I don't know if the planet will. Shit, it'd be nice if we was all in a cryo tube, but what if the planet goes? Then the cryo tubes go with them. So bye.
We'll have to see. We have to see what year we wake up in. Then.
Also, my ass ain't Captain America. I ain't about to. Yo, what's you know what's gonna be even crazier? We pop out of that shit, and the first thing is said to us is something racist. Like, oh shit, that still ain't changed,
right? Hey, racist guy, you got flying cars? Nah, we ain't got those. What you mean, bro? What year is this?
We still got racism though.
This is 2375. So, bro, what y'all doing for the last time?
Don't touch me, Blackie. You gotta go over there where the other space bar go. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Nah, imagine they sound like Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, because he's definitely gonna say, don't trust them don't trust them old niggas over yonder.
But
anywho,
coming out of the cryo tube and dealing with the bullshit. Yeah.
About right. But I mean, let's be honest. The like imagine the people from 100 years ago that was fighting in a whole bunch of everything for us to see a difference in the world, only to come back into society to see tear gases and all this shit happen and go back and forth. Like, come on, man.
Right. So yeah. Go back. Duck Dodgers. He's in the cryo tube, but he's telling us his history.
Yep.
Telling us how he was this great space cadet. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm in this tube now. I got a partner. I gotta let me out. Became a whole captain.
Yep.
I'm like, okay.
We got Martian attacks and shit.
Yep. Saving kittens, some trees and stuff. He's like, yeah, I'm good. And then we get a picture of the planetary space station. And then we see homie on trial.
Yep. He being court-martialed by a man putting him on trial named Star Johnson.
Yep. And we got the robot judge. I was like, oh, that's what we doing.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely what we doing.
Yeah, I was like,
the AI has finally taken over and they run the courtrooms now.
Yeah. And the prosecutor, he out there pleading his case. He's like, yeah, he did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dr. You did it. You saw it.
It's because he black.
Right? He's like, I'm bringing back my first witness. And of course, it's the ops.
Yep, Dr. IQ. Come on up.
He was like, yeah, he's like, you know what? This whole thing is kind of my fault. He's like, no,
that shit was funny. He went there and instantly confessed, and he was like, I was like, what? Everybody was looking at him and shit like that. It was like, well, I mean, it is technically my fault. I did free him.
Right? But he's like, I ain't do nothing criminal like nothing. You know, I'm just saying, you know, I just done my tube saying, you know.
I don't know, I'm just saying.
He's like, yeah, what we talking about, bro? He's like, listen, I let him out of the tube.
Yeah, man. He from the past. He in the future. He ain't as smart as the rest of us. So I mean,
he's like, why are you making him captain? Because he was from the past. He got a different perspective than us. Yeah. And he's like, I will see what I was gonna do.
It's like a funny joke, guys.
Yeah, he's like, what's up? And so they just grilling him. He's just like,
yo,
bro, really doing?
You dead ass?
He's like, what? I'm a scientist. What do you want?
Yeah, man.
Man, I try new things. What do you mean? Let's try new things. We hating on me. Oh.
Hey, man. It's him on trial, not me, man.
Yep. And they show us a little viewing glove with his planet, and he going into detail. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, they show us his first job on patrol.
Yeah. Right, so he's looking around. He's like, we see him there chilling. I'm like, okay, patrolling. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
So far, so good.
Yeah, he out here on his first job on patrol and stuff like that. We on the ship and we think niggas is patrolling, but then you see Dodgers. Right? But we see Dodgers out here watching his stories, and we get our introduction to Cadet.
Yeah. Cadet was like, "Yo, what you doing?"
He said,
like,
"Yo,
he's like, go on, I'm watching my stories. Get out of here."
He said, "Yo, you gotta check for threats, though."
He's like, "I am watching my stories," and then they flip the planet around.
Yep,
bruh. And then we see Martian.
Yep.
Some got missiles for days pointed at the planet.
He is ready. He is literally on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah. And then Dodgers coming like, oh, snap.
Yeah, Cadet sees the ships outside and runs. He's like, Captain Dodgers.
He's like, Cap, Martians, lots of them.
So, oh, shit.
He's like, Cadet looking out the window. He's like, oh, shit. He's like, yo, you don't see outside?
Shit crazy.
And Cadet's freaking out. Cadet is losing it.
Yep. And you know, Dodgers like, hey, fuck, we got to get the hell up out of here. So they start to book it. And you know, the Martians is hot on their trail.
Oh yeah, the Martians was coming. They was like, "Nah, son, where you going? Where you going, bro? Where you going? Pew, 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 yo." They was on his.
Oh, definitely. But Marvin said, "I'm taking out a captain today for sure."
Yeah, he's like, "Nah, you got to get him. Like, you got to get him. Throw everything at him.
Yep.
Shoot him down."
Got the ship all fucked up now.
Yep. They rocked this shit. Yo, they rocked it. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, fucking that shit up. And then you got Cadet. Cadet's like, man, nah, I got this. He gonna hack into the ship illegally.
Of course he is, because he's Cadet. That's what Cadets do.
Oh, facts.
Sam was like, yeah, listen, we gotta do something for us because this ain't it.
But after Cadet was working on that shit, you guys Dodgers, he was like, nah, I'm taking over now. Start pushing buttons and fries the ship.
Of course he did. Cadet's like, you know what, man? It's like, you have one job. You have a job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And he done he done fucked that up. So they stopped the video there of his first mission, and all you see is the crowd big mad. Yeah, they ready to tell that nigga he Trump. Guilty.
Right. Suddenly, like I said, pressed the red button and blew up a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, dang. And like you said, the crowd was just like, really?
Nah, they said guilty, man.
Like they're like, boo, like yeah, it's just throw him trash.
Yep. Take his ass to the airlock. Throw his ass out.
Yep. Like take him to the space prison. He did it.
Facts. And then you got Star Johnson said that's a freak accident. He was like this. I don't know how the hell it happened. How you guys got out of that situation? But like, look at what he called.
Yeah, that's a good question. And then he got Marvin back. Marvin's back with his squad.
Yeah. But Dodger said it was him. It was no freak accident that came and handled the situation. So he calls his character witness on trial. He calls the Queen of Mars on trial.
Yeah, I was just like, bro.
We get our introduction to the Queen.
Yeah.
Shut shit down for show.
Yeah.
And they start to show more of the video.
Like Dodger give her the third degree. Like, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Like let's
state your name, Queen of Mars. All right.
I am Queen of Mars. Why have you summoned me here, peasant?
He said, man, listen. You about to get me on trial, baby girl.
Right? It's like, I don't care about this earthly court, man.
And then why you here? You here for a reason. You here to follow me, right?
It's like, look, I'm 2 seconds away from obliterating you. You better stop playing with me.
All right, man. You playing with me, yo. I mean, if you didn't want to be here, you didn't have to be here, but you came here. So, bam.
Right? So, like you said, they go on to the other half of the video, right?
Yep.
And we see Duck and Cadet trying to figure out, like, oh, he did.
Oh, yeah. They said Cadet like we dead in the fucking water.
Yeah. Like, we're kind of screwed, Captain. Kind of screwed.
Right. So the aliens outside ready to attack, but then but the funny shit is when they getting ready to attack and shit like that, the what was it, Centurion?
Yeah.
My son said, all right, so since we had a good spot right now, the workers is ready to go on strike.
He's like, what?
What?
What? He's like, what you mean strike?
How you got
no
the mission
oil,
almost
no peace, no peace.
How you got the workers ready to go on strike during this very moment? Y'all ain't even complete the mission. He said we got to the mission, and he said you're not gonna pay me extra until we complete it now.
Yeah, they're like F this. Yo,
oil is blood. Wow. Oil is blood.
I was just like, bro, they was not playing.
Nah, Centuria is a drama nigga, son, for sure, because he picked the right moment.
Son been plotting this whole time. He's like, yeah.
All big facts.
He's like, all right, guys, you know what to do.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. And they got the whole ships up out of whack. So in the midst of that, we see Cadet peeling potatoes, and they was like, and Dodger's like, yo, I got a great idea for that.
Yeah, because I was like, why is he peeling potatoes? And I'm like,
yeah, he started busting Cadet to work, man.
Yeah, and then we see Centurion loading up the missiles.
Mm-hmm. And in the meantime, we see Cadet peeling a shit ton of potatoes, and they get ready to send that over to the ship.
Right, and I was like, oh shoot.
Mm-hmm. We seen what the hell we trying to see what Dodgers is cooking.
And I was like, oh, okay.
Yep. He fires out them potatoes, and it fills up the enemy pipes to produce potato chips all over the world.
Yo,
man,
it's raining potato chips everywhere.
Shit, crazy.
Look, he solved world hunger.
He did, low key. They went to multiple regions and stuff like that, fly it all over. I mean, that shit was good. So, I mean, that ends off the video. And at that point, the court fickle as hell. So they just, I mean, they already swayed and turned and stuff like that. So they find Dodgers not guilty.
Yep. Oh, all right.
Yep. And the queen is super impressed now. She was like, oh shit, I didn't know he had it in him like that. He a master strategist.
Right. He's like, I didn't know he does.
She said he's a cerebral assassin.
I was like, okay.
She said, nah, at that point, you're like, oh, the queen got a thing for old Dodger boy.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. What's going on
here?
I
see you, queen.
You know, eyes roll them. Yeah.
Right.
Shit. But so right after that, the ops, Dr. IQ them pulled up, and he said, yo, they got the bill for the cleanup job, which no thank you for world hunger being safe.
Nope, not at all.
Just straight bill for the cleanup. If that ain't capitalism, see, that's the type of future you trying to look towards. We're gonna get out of that cryo chamber. They're gonna hit us with a bill.
We're already here. They're gonna hit us with a bill anyway.
They're gonna hit us with another bill. Right? And that's when we have to go back into the cryo chamber again. Because I ain't paying shit.
Listen, they've been building us since we got in the tube. They just gave us the interest. They just showing us what the interest is now.
Which is 10 times worse. That shit gonna hit like after college Sally Mae type shit.
Oh, right. Like, this is like you got Sally Mae. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You got Naviet. Then you got the Intergalactic Collection Agency.
Mm-hmm. All part of it, and they all part of that private loans.
Yeah.
So nothing to help your ass.
Not at all.
So Ops got the bill. He said the bill is for 40 trillion astro dollars for the cleanup. So he said you're gonna be working for the next your life.
He's like, well, there's job security.
Yeah, he makes a joke about job security, and that closes out the episode part A. So let's flip over into episode 1, part B. Big Bug Mamas.
Big Bug Mamas.
Yup.
So the episode starts, of course, with Dodgers in the ship,
Yeah.
son,
Sweating.
Big bullets. He's watching the baseball game
Yeah,
or robotic baseball.
he definitely got money on the game.
Yo, he definitely do. And then
That's a man who threw that money out.
And then he get an SOS alert. He is pissed.
Man, that nigga said, my money.
He tried to find a game again. The SOS alert came up again.
Bruh, listen, yo, I know he ready to flip out before his bookie call him on that spaceship.
Yeah, he looking. He's like this. So then he just turned the screen off.
He said, "Cadet, come back, man. I need you to put the game on."
Right, Cadet said, "Like, I thought I heard an SOS." He's like, "I ain't seen no SOS." He turned the thing back on. It's the SOS. He's like, "Oh, maybe there was an SOS."
Yeah, guess so.
All right, so at this point, he goes down to the planet.
Yep, travels to it, and then he thinks he steps on poo.
Yeah, that's so he out here scrubbing off his. Cadet makes a joke like, "Yeah, Captain stepped in poo again." I was like, "Oh,
so it's a regular thing."
And so he over here trying to get off his foot, and then we hear a voice saying, excuse me, sir." He's like, "Excuse me," and they trying to the little thing on the floor is trying to explain to Duck that they're the ones they called him,
and
Duck
he ain't having none of it.
Nope. He called up every vile, disgusting name. See, Duck Dodgers, he's the version of the other racist robots when we get out of the tube.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Because not only that, he started shooting. He chased them. He attacked them. Like, bro, son, the way they get ready with this list to tell Cadet when he comes over early, that nigga definitely got a case to go send Dodgers back to court. That nigga, I don't know how the hell they had the Trial of Duck Dodgers Part A and not have the Trial of Duck Dodgers 2 in Part B.
For real, yeah, that's wild. Cause I was
send
like,
that nigga right back to court. Like, damn, where was the video to cover this part? Like, damn, this nigga just got out of the car and this is the first thing he doing. Like, damn, all this racism.
Listen, dude, he was been shooting, freezing. He got one of them cornered. He talking about, I don't know if I use 5 or 6 bullets. Do you feel lucky? Punk?
Yeah, yo,
I was like,
dirty Harry joke. Like, damn.
Oh nah.
They jump him to try to understand and shit like that. He said they like, yo, the enemy is a race of pretty alien bug ladies.
Right.
I just saw that shit and he was like, oh yeah, the enemy, right? Oh, all right. I'll go talk to them person.
Yep. And then they're like, what you ain't do nothing to you? And he slide the people that he iced in the back of the tree. I'm like, bro.
Foulish.
I was like, that's foul.
Yeah.
That's super foul.
So once Dodgers go off with the bug ladies, Cadet coming down.
And then the people, I don't know what they call these things. Did they tell us a name?
Catapoi. Oh no! That's for the. I think that's for the bug ladies. They didn't say what these things were.
So we gonna call them the blobs. So the blobs that explain to Cadet everything that's happened. So when Cadet gets down, he see the blobs trying to throw out all of their members that Dodgers froze.
Yep, man. The list that this nigga was like. He attacked the women, he attacked the children, he attacked the towns, he attacked the people, he called us names, he called us everything in the book. Like, bro, you got so many cases. He needs to sue the whole police system after this.
Yo, the way they were described, I'm like,
nigga, this was police brutality,
right? Like they definitely got a case. They said you back to court. Cause I was like, yeah, and then it was like, and so Cadet was like, have you seen him? Which way he go? He's like, yeah, he ran up with the bug people.
Yeah, he said he with the catapoi, and then they changed his sunset.
Yep, he's like they changed so that he in danger. He don't know it.
Oh yeah, not one clue.
And then we see him with one. He with them. He's like, yeah.
He calls his specific one. Yo, he calls a cookie.
Yeah. Like he's like, what's your name? He's like,
yep. Whole bunch of clicks.
Yeah.
They set up my boy Dodgers for the sacrifice though. They was dropping food at. He was dropping food at homie's feet, and he was like, "Man, I'm relaxing. Ain't y'all so nice bringing me food and shit like that?"
Yeah, they tied him up. He's like, "This one's a little loose." I'm like,
"Yo,
bro.
This nigga had her double tie that shit."
And like you said, they started stacking food in his feet, and Cadet sees it. He's like, "Yo, he's a danger. He don't even know it."
My captain, like dumbass man. Let me go save him real quick.
Right, so they over here dropping food in his feet. You know they about to roast his behind.
Oh yeah. They definitely having roast duck.
Yeah,
roast space duck. That shit go crazy.
Right. And so at this point, Cadet pulls up disguise, and
Dodgers like, damn son, I can't believe you look just like somebody I know. Right? You look just like Cadet.
Right. And he's like, it's me, you dumb.
Man, the process of him working that shit out in his brain, he's like, Dad, I don't see no resemblance. Man.
Yeah, we looking at you like, listen. He's like, they are going to eat you, son. They're going to murk you.
Cadet had to flip out on that nigga.
Yeah, because they're like, yo, what are you talking about, son? They got you tied up. They about to cook you. You are dinner.
And Dodgers ain't hearing none of this. Dodgers like he don't want to go. He want to live. He want to live with him.
He's like, you know what? Huh? He's like, security, come get the imposter.
Man, son, Cadet said, "Oh, all right, how it's gonna be? All right, then I'm switching to Plan B."
Yeah, Cadet was over it at this point. He's like, yeah, I'm about to just leave you here. Give me a new cap. Tired of your shit.
So Cadet pulls up with the weapons, but the weapons don't be working.
Nope.
And Cadet get hit with that laughing gas.
Yep, he laughed. He's like, Doc, oh, you about to die. Oh, they about to eat you alive.
Dead ass, man. He said you working Cadet's last nerve.
Right.
Shit, you lucky Cadet ain't flying out here and letting them bug people eat you.
Right? Like, oh, you just want to die.
Yep. All that and above, because the Dodgers wasn't hearing none of the bullshit, and then out of nowhere, the women starts to transform into them big bug creatures. Which their transformation reminded me of the Monstars.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
Especially in the face, yo. One of them looked like that. Like in the face, they look like that big long arm Monstar, the blue one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yep. Yeah, that's funny.
And the one he called Cookie specifically, she eats him first.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, oh shoot.
Shit. So Cadet gotta go into Plan C now. He got to pull up in the mech robot now.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. And it was so funny that he got eaten. I was like, because when they started transforming, like you said, definitely.
Dodgers was feeling himself. He was like, yo, I got these bad biddies, and I ain't going nowhere until they turned into them Monstars. And he was like, you know what? Never mind.
When they transformed, I started to hum the Big Bad Beetle Boys theme.
Believe it. You about to find out.
Yeah, but when Cadet came in the mech, I was like, oh.
Yo.
I was like, okay. I was like,
started to handle them, hit the combos, freezing them over, hitting them explosions and shit like that. Shit, they thought they had Cadet's ass with the upper hand when they ripped out that arm.
Yo, if you saw the way that the one of the caterpillars looked when the other one got froze, she's like, oh shit.
That shit like something out of Scooby-Doo.
Yo, that had dying. I was like, yo.
Nah, son, but like they definitely tried to put a wallop on him, rip the arm out, but they didn't realize homie had the explosions in the arm and shit like that. Cadet had something for their ass.
Cadet was ready.
Yep. So Cadet.
Yo, when they ripped out the arm, I was like, no, Cable.
Oh shit, yeah. Like at least Cadet didn't get bitch slapped like Cable did with the arm.
Oh man.
Shit could have gotten way worse. But nah, man, Cadet smarter than that. He got the failsafe in the arm.
Yeah, I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. I was like, oh.
Yep. So Cadet ended up saving Dodgers and they get back to the ship.
Yep, and then he throws out Dodgers.
Yeah. And then by the time Dodgers is out, he think the game is ended and he thought he thought it was all a dream.
Right.
And then you just look down and lo and behold, fucking Cookie's still attached to him, half eating him.
Right?
Wow.
I'm like, you did that on purpose, didn't you?
Oh, definitely. After all that shit, first of all, the racist shit you done did, you got to get some recompense. And then right after that, I try to save your ass. Got to go through all my plan arsenals, get a whole mech suit and shit like that. After you didn't even want to get off your ass, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like, I'm just gonna leave this here.
Oh, 100%. So that closed off the episode, and the ending theme is they play an instrumental version of it, which is also still fire. So what's your final impressions on this first episode as a whole in part A and part B?
First thing, I'm gonna need y'all to wake me up in the 25th and a half century, because this ain't it. 24th and a half century, nope.
I feel like if this ain't it, then probably won't be it neither.
I don't know. This seems like this is the Milky Way ghetto that bird lady was talking about.
Oh, so you want to go to that Milky Way ghetto?
I don't know. That's what you say. I'm like, listen.
You saw what happened to them poop people. It's the same kind of racism that's happening then is gonna happen there.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that. Duck Dodgers is the whole clown.
Oh, definitely. This is. I think Duck Dodgers is pure Daffy at its like full level. Like I remember when they tried to do the Wabbit show, which is Bugs by himself without the rest of the Looney Tunes cast. It didn't work. But Daffy getting his own show without Bugs works so well.
So yeah, Daffy's always been entertaining. So you know, I felt bad for Cadet Porky because I know man was stressed.
Oh, this is the dream team, baby. This is the dream team. The dickhead and the straight man. Oh yeah, this one's top tier, man. This one's top tier for sure.
I wonder how many times that just leaving Dodgers where he was.
Listen, man, the way Porky blood level just high as fuck being around Daffy and shit like that. So know for sure he got his workout dealing with Captain.
Yeah, he gonna be like, that's all, folks.
Oh, definitely.
See flying over the ship.
It's duck season then.
Oh, yo.
Shit. But yeah, I said both episodes show the full range of the clown style of Duck Dodgers. He's a charismatic, lucky idiot, which his adventures would have me continue to see for more obvious.
Oh, definitely. I'm continue watching it because it's fun.
Oh, definitely.
It's simple comedy.
And it goes by in a quick with them splitting up these episodes and then be like 12, 11 minutes off the bat. Your notes is gonna fly by like woof. So we're gonna step into episode 2. Now, me and co-host was having a discussion about this earlier. It's one of those my brother and me situations where you could look at some places for certain things is episode 2. Where I looked at, I have a different episode 2 than he has for an episode 2. So I'll be taking over the layout of this episode 2, which part A starts off.
Before we jump into that, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Because we notice there's a lot with older media.
Well, that and the media that doesn't have a necessarily straight up streaming, which it did, but Max took it off.
Yeah, so that's like I guess we're gonna run into this for all episode that was all DVD based.
Stuff that's not directly streaming.
It's not always right.
I mean, look at what we did with Go Loser Ranger. You said the same thing. What you couldn't access the first episode.
Yes, so initially I went on Hulu to access that. It's supposed to be a Hulu original.
Yeah, it is.
The thing it started with episode 2.
Yeah.
I had to go on Disney Plus to find the episode and watch episode 1.
Which makes no sense because they've already merged the two sites together. So fuck are we doing?
It's stuff like that. And I guess we'll go into more confusion as we go on.
Oh yeah,
and I guess that brings up the case for like years, like as we transition into this streaming era, we're gonna run into stuff like this.
Well, I mean, and it also like works on a level when it comes to shows that like when you have shows like Duck Dodgers where you may have an episode that makes sense in a line and stuff like that, especially the story they're telling. But like majority of the time, it's going to be like a free-for-all for the episode. You can watch whatever because there's not like a streamlined story. If there's a streamlined story, then you can just put that shit straight forward if that shit doesn't like get dicey. But things like this, they just fly off anywhere.
That's a possibility. It's true.
There's no streamlined story for this show. So it's just like you can find out anything at any time. But if you have like an episode, if you have like an anime-based thing where it's like episode 1 and episode 2.
I wouldn't even say that because if we watch this episode first and then flip back to the trial, we would think the trial will be kind of strange. But I get your point. Yeah. But for kind of a Duck Dodgers, like there is some structure.
Kinda. I don't know. There's some things that you like the first episode. The trial of Duck Dodgers, you can see it as a starting point where they say, but after that, everything flies off. Everything flies off on its own hand.
But like I said, that's why the point of that number 1 episode. So like, this being that episode being anywhere else, it looks strange. It's like, why are you telling me this? Why are you telling me this now? I'm like 3 episodes in.
But just in general, that just sounds like a pilot episode. A pilot should give you the basis of something, and then you move on past that. After that, I think it's a free for all, which. Perfectly in time. Let's go straight into episode 2, part A, and mine is on Duck Deception. So right off the bat, we got that fire ass opening, Tom Jones with the sultry music, and then right off the bat, we go straight into the ship gets attacked again. Ship gets attacked, and then the core gets busted. And the power goes out. So, Duck Dodgers is stressing and stuff like that, just out of whack and stuff like that. And he burned and fucked up the power earlier because he tried to make toast. So he fucked up the backup generator that they had. Mm-hmm. So the core's all busted. Ship can't go around, and they being attacked. Marvin already on their ass again. He said, let's repeat it, run it back. Because I'm about to take your ass out. They finna drift. So after they get shot, the ship goes flying by and stuff like that. Marvin trying to be on their ass, but they end up passing by them and stuff like that. So Marvin lost them, but they end up where they at. They in a drift, so they can't get out of their drift and stuff like that. And nobody knows where they at, and they can't contact nobody. So apparently they go drifting, and then the sign goes up, and it says 2 years goes by. So they've been drifting they've been drifting in this spacecraft for 2 years. Which once again, this is what I mean by this show kind of doesn't have a continuity because 2 years could just go by as a joke, and then there's nothing changing.
Listen, I noticed something in the intro.
Yeah, so I don't know. So Dodgers goes nuts in those 2 years, and he's just there with Cadet and shit like that, and then he just floats on by, and then he looks at Cadet and stuff like that, and he gets happy. Cadet's like, I only left for like a few minutes to go pee, and he's like, Cadet, and then he's just happy to have Cadet on by.
Yeah, because he was losing his mind.
Oh, big time. So you see a ship floating by, and it's a Martian ship, but I mean, a ship is a ship. So Dodgers is like, fuck it, we got to get out of here. So Dodgers fixes up Cadet to look like a Martian woman. He's like, yo, Cadet, what you gonna do for me is you're gonna take one for the team. You're gonna seduce Marvin over there. You gotta seduce him, have him controlled down so I could get some of that power.
Yo.
So Dodgers got him all fixed up and stuff like that. Cadet looking, I don't know. Cadet disguises is working. Cadet got that Bugs Bunny factor because Cadet out here working it in these Martian fits. I don't know how Cadet working it, but like I don't even know how Daffy like make up them. Like he make up the fucking Cadet so well. Nigga got fake cleavage and shit like that. Like, yeah, where you get all that shit from, brother?
Listen, Dodger's been doing a lot of studying.
Apparently, because it reminded me of that meme of that one comedian talk about his friend came out and he was like, Titi, what you doing out here with us? Caked up on a Tuesday afternoon. Like, what you doing?
And of course, Marvin took the bait.
Oh, definitely. So he got Cadet on a mantra shit. He was like, I want you to say you a hot potato. And Cadet like, I'm a hot potato. And he's like, nah, say it right. You a hot potato. He's like, nah, man, you know it. I'm a hot potato. So Cadet already, he got the Maxim out there. Yeah, he calls out to Marvin and Cadet's like, I'm a sexy space vixen. And Marvin looks at Cadet and Marvin sprung. Yep. Marvin, fall for that shit. Marvin down. So he come in for the pickup. And after Marvin go and pick up Cadet, Dodgers is out there sneaking up on the ship. He looks for the energy core while they're distracted with Cadet. And Dodgers going through a whole bunch of shenanigans in his shit. He gets sucked into a fan. He gets cut. He gets sliced up in a big fan and shit like that. He having a rough time on getting through that. While Cadet, the juxtaposition of Cadet just having a whole bunch of fun.
Cadet living the best life.
Oh, definitely. Cadet having a date with Marvin, just having fun, going around and stuff like that, enjoying himself. Dodgers out here looking for a core, and this shit had me dying. Fucking Dodgers go knocking on the door. The door opens up, and the Yeti just pop up and beat his ass.
Like I was like,
Yeti choke him up. Throw him to the ground, start licking him up, beating him up, stomp on him a couple of times.
Listen, they had to bring that. I was like, yo.
Nah, son. The Yeti had me dying, son. Son gave him 2 pieces and a biscuit, man.
Listen, he got like Duck is going through it. And I was like, at the last episode, I was like, you know what?
You deserve it. Shit, this is time for Cadet about to feel his best self while you be going through the torture, brother.
Yeah.
So you got Cadet. He on the date with Marvin, and they playing in the ball pit and shit like that. They having the time of their life. They enjoying that shit. And then we cut back to Dodgers. He cool with Yeti now. They come to an understanding, even though he beat his ass. He let him go. So Dodgers get to the power core, but it's covered in acid and shit like that. So Dodgers got a tough time getting through the acid and shit like that. He just going through it heavy.
Yeah. He's like, out.
And Marvin and Cadet, they on a dinner date. They eating good and swelling shit like that. Cadet like, shit, man, free food. I could work with that.
Right? That best life.
Oh, big facts. And then Dodgers got a tough time moving the energy core because the core just won't budge. You trying to flip it up sideways and shit like that. Shit won't pop out at all.
Yeah, first remember he had the control for his little flying feet panels. He let the control fall in the acid, so now he's just flying all over the place.
Stress Dodgers, man. And then Dodgers ended up fucking around with the power core, and he ends up finally moving it. But when he gets out of the slime, he gets a little mutated, so he got like a third eye and shit.
I'm like, oh,
shit is a mess. So Dodgers got the got the energy core. He tries to get to Cadet, but they go back to the ship, and he puts in a new core given by he tries to get to Cadet, and then he fumbles the fucking energy core, and he ends up breaking it.
I'm like, oh,
yep. So they end up going back to the ship, but Cadet's like, man, I had a good time in Washington. You know what? He gave me one just out of whack. He was like, they got plenty of energy cores, plenty to spare.
Right? Yeah, he's like, what?
Dodge is like, oh shit, what the fuck? How good was y'all day? What the fuck? You gonna handing out energy cores and shit like that? Like this shit grow on trees or something?
Right? Yeah. If you mind you did, like I said, Dad's just like
shit. So
he's like, wait, because Dodge is like, where you get that from? He's like, yeah, on my date.
Marvin knows how to treat a lady. Shit, hands out energy cores and shit like that. So Dodge just oh facts. Like I went through that bullshit, and it could have been an easy 1, 2, 3. I mean, shit. Nobody told you to do all that, boss man.
Right?
Yeah. So Dodges starts writing Marvin a clown ass letter. He trying to clown him for him having affections for the space vixen and shit like that. And Cadet changes it to a nicer letter and sends it over to Marvin. And Marvin feeling good. He feeling happy. He had a good ass date and shit like that. Shit was a fun time and stuff like that. He feels like a nicer person. So he lets Dodgers in the ship fly out of range for like 2 seconds. And then he's like, fuck all that. Now I'm back to my old self. I'm a savage. Chase them niggas down.
Right. You know, he's like, oh.
Yeah. And then he goes back right to chasing.
And his feelings like, oh. He's like, no, get him.
Nah, fuck out of here. I'm a savage. Right. And then he chase him. And that closes off the first half of the episode.
He's like, get him.
Don't let him out of my range.
Right.
Yep. So we go to
what? You know my question I got first? What happened to their strike?
I guess that shit. I guess they got their they got their blood oil. Because obviously, if the Centurion is fucking with it again, then hopefully he got his money worth of oil.
Yeah, I was like, hold up, I thought y'all was going straight.
Boys got it better. I mean, that's why he had time for the dinner date. They had time to chill. All the boys was in lunchtime. They got a bigger lunch. They got more lunch. Got more money. They got time for vacation. They got time to chill. Sound like the strike worked to me. There you go. I mean, if Marvin got time for dates, them niggas got time to chill. So it all works. Quid pro quo. Look at that. So we go into side B, which is the spy who didn't love me. So we open up on Doc looking for Dodgers. And he dressed up in a captain suit and shit like that. Dodgers out here looking like Captain Crunch and shit. And Dodgers lies about his grandma. He said, yo, like I can't do this, man. Like my grandma died. And he like, yo, that's like the 6th grandma, man.
Right. So he actually was like, I got a whole captain hat on. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I look like Captain Crunch and that shit like that.
Right, he do, yo. I'm like,
so Doc out here saying they're looking for Andromeda 6 to control. They getting it back from the Martians because the Martians done all take over the hell out of Andromeda 6. So they ask him if he can do it, and Doc is like, man, I don't know if I'm fucking with that. And they was like, can you do it, Can you do it, Duck Dodgers? And he was like, man, I don't know. And they're like, can you do it, Dodgers? He was like, man, if y'all gonna keep yelling at me, fuck it. Yeah, sure, right. Damn. Goddamn. So Dodgers is looking for the secret agent to come along with them on this mission because they sending somebody extra to look after Dodgers and whatnot. The secret agent is late and shit like that. And then all you see is the new person pop out, and it's a lovely looking agent. It's a woman named Yoshimi. Mm-hmm. And boy, is Dodgers like, yo, man, son. Dodgers in these last couple of episodes, he's like, yo, I see a lot of baddies out here, and I'm about to make that one my man. Dodgers hella smitten. So we got Marvin Ship has Dodgers on the radar, chasing them for the 3rd time. The one thing Marvin gonna do is he gonna chase this motherfucking ship.
Yo, can we talk about that real quick with the rollers?
My son coming in with all types of different hair, man. I don't know who his wife is, but I feel like she might be black.
Right? I was like, hold up.
Man, Doc know what's up,
right?
Yeah, with the bullshit.
I was like, okay, I see you, Doc.
Doc knows what's up. That's why he sent the baddies on the mission.
Right, like, okay, yeah, like you said.
Yep. I was so you know, Marvin's still back on that ass for sure. Marvin Ship got Dodgers on the radar and chases them, and they end up reversing and shooting that shit back. They said, "Oh, no, we're not running that much. We could run the 1s and 2s right now." Dodgers is prepped to see the spy lady today. Dodgers out here trying different hairdos as well. He taking it from the Doc hair plan, and he like, yo, son, I'm about to make myself look mad nice. I gotta look good for Miss Yoshimi.
Listen, we got heartbroken Martian. We got Cadet trying to fight for his life. We got Dodge out here trying new fitness styles.
Oh, big time. So the ship moves fast and blocks the net back on their ship, and they fire that net right back on Marvel's ship. So he's stressed. They take that his own net and send that shit right back to him.
Yeah, right back. I'm like, yeah, ain't playing what you want.
Yep. So we got to the new embassy being created after the Andromeda 6. They done took over the planet back over again, and Dodge's just he out here bothering the hell out of Yoshimi. She ain't feeling this nigga at all. This nigga keep yapping in her ear, and she like, I ain't fucking. So she ends up, she's like, she goes over to Cadet. She thanks him for his help and stuff like that, and she kisses him, and she about to book it and leave, and Cadet's like, oh yeah, nah, that's big shout outs to me and my captain. And she's like, who? She don't even know who the fuck Dodges was.
Yeah,
you know who that nigga was.
That's
she just heads out. So she's like, Yoshimi she needs volunteers to help, and no one wants to go. And then Dodgers playing Captain Saberhole, like he gotta pull up.
Right.
So Dodgers don't know what he's doing. He just part of the group just to try to impress Yoshimi, and that shit not working at all. They go on attack, and Dodgers is on the new sneaking. He trying to sneak around and shit.
Yo, that whole little sequence took me out.
Facts. Nigga trying some different things and shit like that. But like Yoshimi not fucking with nothing he doing and shit like that.
Nope.
So Dodgers end up planting charges to blow up the tower and stuff like that. And in the midst of that, like he's there with Yoshimi and another guy and stuff like that, and they got chemistry, and he's trying to get in between that shit, but that shit not working at all.
Right.
So we got the robots. It's probably Centurion and his boys. He's like, now you fucking with the lunch break. So now we're gonna have to handle your ass.
Yep.
And in the midst of that, Dodge is getting cold feet about like approaching Yoshimi and stuff like that. Like he's like, I don't know if I wanna commit to this shit. He was like, what if like he's like he was having visions of like getting married to this woman and stuff like that, having a future and shit like that. And then he was like, but that shit feel like forever. Marriage? Doug Dodge is like fuck around. He Hoodville, he ride to die. Dodge, he said Dodge is the man. Like he said, Dodge is the man. He the Mac man. He out here. That's how you know Dodge is black. Dodge is the Mac man out here. Like he said, he can get tied down to no shit. So he's like,
Dodge is like city boys.
He subscribed to Hoodville. Like he ready for this shit. He said I ain't fucking with nothing. So he like, he said I can't really talk to that shit like that. So after they handle them robots and stuff like that, he tries to let Yoshimi down gentle and shit like that. And then he goes to her, and in the midst of that, like she making out with the other spy. She ain't noticing the nigga even talking to her and shit like that. And then he's like giving his whole spiel and stuff like that. And then he ended up walking away. And that's when they stopped sucking face for like 2 seconds. And she was like, you hear anything?
Yo, I was just like, bro. Wow. I was like,
so Dodge is out here thinking he let her down gently and shit like that. He zaps up to back to the ship, and that's when they was like, all right, but we got a new mission for you, Dodgers. You got to go out there and save some more shit. We got a new Korean princess for you to see. And she pulls up, and man, Dodgers is right back. He went from, man, I don't know, my heart broken. I don't know if I can deal with these spies no more. Then he see this new Korean princess. He's like, I'm back, city boys, city boys, stand up. He said, put another W on City Ducks, because I'm out here for the community, quacking all day, all night, baby.
Shit. He's like, I'm the community quack.
and then right after that, Cadet says, at least he's consistent. So he knows he is City Boy! Right? Space City Boy! Doug Dodgers and Space Danny would be men right now, bro.
Oh my goodness.
They be the mans for the ass.
Tori. Oh my goodness. Diabolical combination right there.
Definitely for sure. So that shit that ends off the episode with the instrumental heat again. My final thoughts 100% would continue. The Dodgers is the jokes and just a lucky pile of messy luck, which just works for this show. And it's just, Dodgers and everything he comes around and stuff like that. Like the shit just get funnier and funnier, man. Dodgers is the catalyst for the jokes, man.
Yeah, I'm here for the City Ducks.
City Ducks. That's probably the name of the title. City Ducks. Space City Ducks. Space City Ducks. That's your jokes, man. But what's your opinion on the overall series and continuing and shit like that? Recommendation.
This was jokes and fun. I enjoyed the heck out of it, yo. I would keep going just for the comedy, yo.
Definitely, man. Get a quack at this shit for sure.
Yeah, like Centurion, you need another raise, bro.
Facts, man. Go back on strike because these niggas is playing in your name, Centurion, buddy.
Right? Mama ain't giving you no respect right now.
Facts,
get extra raise.
He on dates, man. But what if Centurion wants to get on some dates now?
Listen, they got some robots out there.
Hey, man, you never know. You never know. You know AI popping, so they're doing their things now.
Hey, I'm like, shoot, okay.
Yep. But yeah, so that closes off the book on Duck Dodgers episode 1 and 2. The preview for our next review episode, I brought up anime suggestion one. This is one of my favorite all-time low-key animes that usually penetrates the zeitgeist and stuff like that. It's a Studio Trigger famous one out here. With this shot at Kurosaki, this next review episode, I want us to take on Gurren Lagann, episode 1 and 2.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. Have you ever watched Gurren Lagann before?
I've watched clips, but I don't think I've watched the whole episode.
All right. Then it's a perfect time to get you straight up in there because this shit is an all-timer. So definitely go straight into this. And we'll be covering that for the next review episode. So I'm going to start plugging the socials and stuff like that. So we got an email set up at blerdbynature@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at blerdbynature, Twitter /X at blerdbynature, nature spelled N8TURE. Go hit us with the YouTube.
You can find us on YouTube by searching for Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Yep. And we are available on all podcast platforms, whether they want to shift out or not. I don't know what's going on.
I need to go bring that up.
Yeah, I saw the email and I saw that stuff is falling around from Google stuff. And like, I was like, bro, what's going on? What's going on? If it ain't falling apart, there's merges and it's doing a lot.
Google is just Googling. I was like, there goes another one in the long list of products that have come and gone.
Well, this is why we are spread all over the place. So don't worry about it, guys. If one go down, we are all around. We are everywhere you can find us. So don't worry about it.
Yep, you'll find us. Don't worry.
Oh, definitely. We will find you. We'll get to the ear canals. Don't worry about it. So as of our current recording, our last uploaded episode as we speak right now is the Parkas. So go check that episode out. Any final notes before I hit the outro co-host?
City Ducks.
City Ducks. Space City Ducks. Space City Ducks. Out here in these streets. Doctor said, I don't want to be tied down, baby. I'm a street dog. You know, I quack on every block. But yeah, so thanks for joining us today from Black Thought to Nerd Power. This is Nicholas, Mr. Go With The Flow.
And this is the man with the plan, Maurice.
And this was another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Thank you for listening, everyone. And until next time, peace.
Quack.